Welcome to DEFCON 3. I'm KT McFarland. Another hack attack. Well, the Pentagon's on alert after Russia is strongly suspected of being behind a sophisticated cyber attack against the Defense Department's Joint Staff email system. You know, it's one thing to hack into the White House public website, but it's quite another to hack into the emails of the military's top brass. Here with reaction is Dave Chronister. He's the founder of Perimeter Security. Dave, welcome to DEFCON 3, but let me ask you, every week we seem to see another even bigger hack attack, Office of Personnel Management, and now the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Is there anything we're doing to stop this?
Well, you know, the first thing I want to just bring up is the fact that everybody is calling this a sophisticated attack. This is probably the normal style of attack that we see all the time, and it's not very sophisticated. The thing to understand about these sort of attacks is we're not exploiting technology. We're exploiting humans. And for the past 20 years in the IT world, we've been relying on these machines and defensive measures to be able to protect us. What everybody is learning in a very, very horrible way is that the hackers aren't necessarily going after your technology. They're going after your people. Getting someone to click on a link is a lot easier than being able to go after a firewall.
Okay, but then Dave, you know, we've all seen it where you see the link, click on this if you want the special, you know, insider price to buy X, Y, or Z. So if it's human error, how do we go about preventing human error? Just tell everybody, don't open those emails, don't click on anything?
Well, it comes down to education. I've been hacking companies legally for going on the past decade, and some of the things you need to understand is it's not always the Nigerian prince. There's problems with technology that would allow me externally to send emails to you as an internal user, empowering your users to be able to determine what comes through email, what doesn't come through email, realizing that spam filters don't stop everything, and to actually report something that may be suspicious is a good first step. Again, companies are starting to get it, the government is starting to get it, but we're still relying on these spam filters, these antivirus tools, the web filters to be able to protect us, when really your biggest defense is going to be that person not clicking on that link.
Okay, Dave, you know, one angle of it is what you said from the end of the receiver, how do we stop human error? But on the other hand, what about the Russians? What about the Chinese? We never seem to call anybody out despite the massive data theft, information technology, personnel thefts, and now the emails of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Well, you know, we always call out the Russians and the Chinese, but if you really start to look at it, number one, this is not something that's very new. Even before I got into this field in the early 2000s, you would see where the quote Chinese were attacking, and it was usually below the fold. But really, every country is actually doing this. What we need to realize is that we are becoming an information-based society. As much as I disagree with a lot of his political ideologically, Russia, Putin, he actually is moving a lot of sensitive data back to typewriters. What we have to understand is maybe there's certain information that should not be on computers. And if they are, maybe they shouldn't be on computers that are interconnected with public networks such as the internet.
You know, it calls into question, remember the thing about Osama bin Laden, the reason they couldn't find him was he never accessed the World Wide Web? Maybe there was something to that. Thanks, Dave. Maybe. What do you think?
There really is something to it. In my practice, and again, I live, eat, and breathe this. In my practice, if I do not want somebody to know something, I don't put it on a system. I have a vault in my office that someone will have to physically gain access to. It's not going to be available to everyone. We hear about rushing to the cloud. We hear about we have to do this. A lot of companies feel like they have to have the innovation there first. Innovation's good, but what we're seeing here is that maybe we need to take a step back, understand what the risk is, and really how it affects not only your systems, but other systems that may be connected to yours.
Okay, well, thanks, Dave Chronister of Perimeter Security. think this is
Thank you.
this is your thank you, because I'm sure not going to email you thank you. Well, check out foxnews.com for more on this developing story. I'm KT McFarland. Thanks for watching DEF CON 3.